What's the best thing about going to the cinema? Is it the immersive feel of the big screen experience? Is it seeing all the big budget effects in jaw-dropping surround sound? Is it getting out of the house and sharing an evening with your friends and loved ones? No, of course it's not. It's standing up at the very end of the movie and shouting, "Ha! I knew it!" The reason I'm now banned from 5 different outlets of Cineworld to one side though, the year's biggest movies naturally invite speculation. 2019 saw us all wondering how on earth the Avengers would reverse the snap, how the Skywalker saga would finally conclude, and most importantly of all, would Woody and Buzz get replaced by a fleshlight? Mysteries all and satisfyingly paid off. So what can we expect from next year's juiciest offerings? Well, I will literally tell you now, because that's the entire premise of this video. My name is Adam Cleary, and this is predicting how 2020's biggest movies will end. Number 10, Steve Dies Again, Wonder Woman 1984. The big takeaway from the recent Wonder Woman trailer was that Chris Pine is in it. Which is interesting because in the first film, he exploded himself into a billion pieces. That's quite awkward. This seems to confirm the pre-release rumours that Diana makes a deal with Maxwell Lord in order to bring Steve back. If that is the case, then it's not much of a leap to suggest that, when Diana inevitably defeats Lord, his influence over the world will evaporate, sending Steve back to the great unknown. This should end the movie on a fittingly melancholic note, and give Diana a more personal farewell scene with Steve after he, as I've said, literally exploded into tiny mushy pieces. Given that bringing Steve back permanently would be a tinsy bit silly and further exacerbate the ever-present problem of stakes in superhero movies, it's a pretty tidy way to wipe the slate clean. Number 9, Black Mask is Born, Birds of Prey. Yeah, Birds of Prey sure looks like a ton of off-the-wall fun, but fans have certainly been baffled by the maskless present of antagonist, Black Mask. The first trailer didn't reveal Sion's more familiar look, but instead focused on a slick-looking Ewan McGregor having a blast hamming it up. Likely due to Warner Brothers not liking the idea of keeping an A-lister like him behind a mask for the entire movie. One way or another though, we're going to have to see that. Given the probability that a villain as iconic as Black Mask will return for a sequel rather than only appear masked up for a 10 or so minutes here and be done, we're going to guess that his masked visage will be revealed in one of the film's last scenes. Recent footage reports from Brazil Comic Con confirm that we will indeed see Sions wear the mask at some point in the film, but it's probably going to be saved for the tail end, sadly. Number 8, the X-Men are teased, the Eternals. Alright, straight up, it is incredibly unlikely that the MCU will actually show us any of the X-Men themselves in the Eternals. But a hint? Well, now we're talking. It's already been confirmed that the film will chronicle the creation of the Eternals by the Celestials. And given that the Celestials also created the mutants in the comics, this would be the most organic movie to start introducing them. By the time the Eternals hit screens next November, audiences will have had a solid 18 months to get the taste of Dark Phoenix out of their mouths. And so getting the ball rolling late next year isn't hard to believe at all. Then we can get casting announcements and pre-production in 2021 before shooting for a 2022 or 2023 release. There you go, Marvel, fixed it for you. Number 7, Michael kills Laurie's daughter, Halloween Kills. It's tough to know exactly what to make of the 2 upcoming Halloween movies. Given that last year's new sequel provided a pretty fitting conclusion to Laurie and Michael Myers' story, or, well, it would have, were it not for Michael's surprise disappearance from that burning basement. Oh, what's he like? If we consider these films to be part of a contemporary Halloween trilogy of sorts, then it follows that Halloween Kills will be the Empire Strikes Back of the series. The darkest and most hopeless of the 3, as reflected by its ominous title. And what could be more haunting for Laurie than to suffer through the death of her daughter Karen at the end of the movie? Nothing, that's what. It'd certainly provide a fitting cliffhanger to set up the 3rd and air quotes final Halloween of the trilogy, with a guilt-ridden Laurie looking to bury Michael once and for all. Look, all I'm saying here is you can't do the whole, "Oh look, we've killed Michael, oh wait no, where's he gone, no," thing for a second film in a row, so this is all they're left with. Number 6, Tails and Knuckles join the party, Sonic the Hedgehog. Moment of appreciation here for the effects crew that have somehow turned this into this in a matter of months. Those boys and girls are working harder than Josh Brown's Hairspray, and I won't have it go unnoticed. Still though, the jury is still out on the rest of the movie, with many fans miffed at the absence of several of Sonic's iconic pals, especially Tails and Knuckles. If you've not played any of the original games, that's this chirpy fellow with 2 tails, hence the name, and whatever the hell this is meant to be. There's virtually no chance the movie doesn't have some sort of final tease which sets up the next film, and given we've already had a brief glimpse into Mobius proper, see, there it is, it makes sense to include them too. Number 5, Dom visits Brian, Fast and Furious 9. There have been a ton of rumours surrounding the production of Fast and Furious 9. From John Cena's secret character being Dom's brother, lol, to Paul Walker returning via the aid of CGI. Ooh. The immediate fan reaction was understandably divided, many feeling that it was a disrespectful move after giving Brian such a dignified farewell in Furious 7. Plus, given how jarring a CGI Brian cameo would be in the middle of Fast 9, it's safe to assume this will be saved for the final scene of the movie. Or, I don't know, even a post-credit sequence allowing fans to catch up with Brian without it disrupting the core story. Look, right, bad ideas, no matter how bad, are always salvageable if the execution's done right. But if this does happen, it's going to have to be handled so delicately, or ideally, just a thought, not at all. Number 4, Godzilla and Kong battle MECHAGODZILLA. Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, in case you missed this, it was recently confirmed that Godzilla vs. Kong will be delayed by a stonking 8 months. Turns out that Warner Brothers wanted extensive reshoots following the underwhelming box office performance of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, just stop me if you've heard this one before. 2 pop culture icons who spent decades having their own movies are finally set to fight it out head to head, but in all probability it's just a front for an awkward team-up film. Don't know about you, but I'm really excited to learn that both Kong and Godzilla's mothers shared the same name. Anyway, a newspaper clipping briefly seen during the stylized credits for King of the Monsters mentions that Monarch has been attempting to create a mechanized giant on Skull Island. And, well, that's just MECHAGODZILLA because that's very obviously MECHAGODZILLA. And given they've already shot their load on most of Zilla's rogue gallery, this iron bastard is almost a guarantee at this point. Number 3, Bond retires for good. No Time to Die. With this 100% definitely for realsies this time being Daniel Craig's final outing as 007, most fans are wondering how exactly he's going to go. Especially amid all the rumours that original director Danny Boyle quit the film because he wasn't allowed to kill him off. As a result, it's probably safe to say that No Time to Die won't end with James Bond's demise. While it's entirely possible the film won't give Bond a concrete send-off at all, the fact that Craig's departure has been telegraphed so far in advance means there'll probably be some sort of fixed ending. If the filmmakers are smart, and with Fleabag's Phoebe Waller-Bridge co-writing they are, they'll keep tenacious new 00 agent Naomi alive and position her as the sidekick to whoever takes over the Bond mantle. I mean, look, if Judi Dench can cross the Bond actor threshold, why not Lynch? Number 2, Yelena Belova becomes the new Black Widow. Black Widow. Okay, yes, it's entirely possible that Marvel is pulling a fast one on us here and they'll find a way to resurrect Natasha Romanoff. But it's far more likely that this will be her final farewell as she passes the torch to a new Black Widow. And who else could that possibly be than her figurative sister in the movie, Yelena Belova? For starters, Florence Pugh is an incredible actress and wasting her on a single movie would be nothing short of criminal. Plus, it is an absolute open goal to slot her into the core Avengers lineup in the future as, like, Black Widow 2.0. Black Widower. Blacker Widow, I don't know. Don't be surprised if the final scene of the movie, or even a post-credit scene, shifts to the present day where Yelena visits Natasha's grave. She mourns quietly before she's approached by one of the Avengers, or Fury, or someone, I don't know, let's say him. Number 1, Peter Parker makes a cameo, Venom 2. File this one under just crazy enough that it might happen, but absolutely do not tweet me if it doesn't. It's no secret that Sony originally arranged for Peter Parker to make a cameo in Venom, and though the scene was actually filmed, Marvel Studios ultimately called for it to be cut after seeing the movie. Boo and indeed hiss. Thing is, while Venom didn't perform well with critics, it was an unexpected commercial smash, grossing a mind-boggling $856.1 million worldwide. As such, Marvel Studios might not be quite so twitchy about putting their Peter Parker in Venom 2, especially with their pal Andy Serkis now in the director's chair. Though there is virtually no chance Peter has a major role in the film, a climactic cameo which potentially sets up a future movie featuring both Venom and Spidey is a license to print money. Plus, if nothing else, it erases the Topher Grace Venom from living memory, and that, my friends, would be a good thing. So there you have it, that was me predicting how 2020's biggest movies will end. Let me know what you made of it all, as well as any shouts of your own in the comments below, and of course don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching. I've, of course, been Adam Cleary, a man for whom 2020 is still just a really bad drink I have awful memories of, and I'll see you soon.